Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're having a very happy St. Patrick's Day. Today, I would like to introduce some children from the Learning Leprechaun Nursery School. They're going to perform you When Irish Eyes Are Smiling in sign language. And then they're going to show you a little bit of the Irish washerwoman. Hope you enjoy it. Hi, ladies and gentlemen, we're back again. Now we have the Cape Breton Irish Dancers, directed by myself, Maureen Fitzgerald. First we have Craig Murchison and Stephanie Pronko, and they're going to show you a two-hand reel. This afternoon, with the Irish Dancers, we have a great crew of musicians playing for us. First, we have Johnny Gadet, he's on the accordion. We have Don Morrison, he's on guitar. Johnny Steele, violin. Mary Morrison, violin, and Stuart Ferguson, guitar. So I'd like to thank them very much. They make our dancers feel great dancing and having fun. Next, we have Ryan, Melanie, and Jody, and they're going to show you a three-hand reel. If you're home sitting in your living room, tap your toes and have some fun. Now we have two more little leprechauns, Sarah and Angela, and they're going to show you a two-hand reel. On the accordion is Johnny Gadet.
I still recall that day in July when you said, Tom, your last goodbye. And that same night you sailed away to distant Connemara by the lake. Two young hearts had to break, and County Galway by the sea, where I loved you and you loved me. For 5 long years I had to wait, but now you've come at last too late. For I was told that you were dead, and yesterday at noon I was wed in Connemara by the lake. Two young hearts had to break in County Galway by the sea, where I loved you and you loved me. The western breezes whisper true, bring back memories of you. Summer days I can't forget, in Connemara where we first met. In Connemara by the lake, two young hearts had to break in County Galway by the sea, where I loved you and you loved me, where I loved you and you loved me.
Now we have some of our older dancers back again, Melanie, Jody, Angela, and Ryan. And they're going to show you a dance they do all over the place in Ireland, at Cayleys and pubs and everything. A 4-hand reel. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have 2 of our senior dancers, Stacy Quinlan and Rhiannon Doherty. They're going to show you a 2-hand reel.
A mother's love is a blessing. No matter where you roam, love her while she's living, for you'll miss her when she's gone. Love her as in childhood, feeble, old, and gray, for you'll never miss a mother's love till she's buried beneath the grave. And as the years grow older, he'll settle down in life, and he'll find a nice young Irish girl, and he'll take her to be his wife. And as the kids grow older, while playing around his knee, he'll teach them the very same lesson that my mother taught to me. A mother's love is a blessing. No matter where you roam, love her while she's living, for you'll miss her when she's gone. Love her as in childhood, feeble, old, and gray, for you'll never miss a mother's love till she's buried beneath the grave. No, you'll never miss a mother's love till she's buried beneath the grave.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're enjoying the St. Patty's Day show. Now we have Lindsay Murchison, Lindsay McIntosh, and Victoria Hudson. They're going to show you a three-hand reel. On the fiddle, we have Johnny Steele and Mary Morrison. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're back with two of our little dancers, nice little leprechauns, Stephanie Bronco and Renee McLeod. They're going to show you a two-hand reel.
There was a wild colonial boy, Jack Dubbin was his name. He was born and raised in Ireland in a place called Castlevane. He was his father's only son, his mother's pride and joy, and dearly did his parents love the wild colonial boy. At the early age of 16 years, he left his native home and to Australia's sunny shores he was inclined to roam. He robbed the rich, he helped the poor, he shot James McElroy. A terror to Australia was the wild colonial boy. He fired a shot at Kelly, which brought him to the ground, and turning round to Davis, he received a fatal wound. A bullet pierced his proud young heart from the pistol of Fitzroy, and that is how they captured him, the wild colonial boy. And that is how they captured him, the wild colonial boy.
Now we have Lindsay Murchison and Lindsay McIntosh back again, and they're going to show you a two-hand Irish jig. Now we have a little bit of Irish step dancing with Rhiannon Doherty, and she's going to show you an Irish hornpipe.
the pipes are calling. From glen to glen and down the mountainside, the summer's gone and all the leaves are dying. 'Tis you must go and I must die. But come ye back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valleys hush and white with snow. Yes, I'll be here in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, I love you so. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling. From glen to glen and down the mountainside, the summer's gone and all the leaves are dying. 'Tis you must go and I must die. But come ye back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valleys hush and white with snow. Yes, I'll be here in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, I love you so. But come ye back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valleys hush and white with snow. Yes, I'll be here in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, I love you so.
Hi, we're back again, and now we have our leprechauns, Lindsay, Stephanie, Angela, Lindsay, Sarah, and Victoria, and they're going to show you the Walls of Limerick. The Walls of Limerick is a very popular dance in Ireland. You have fun, it's repeated, you can do it with 4 couples or 24 couples. It's a great dance, you can have fun watching it just as much as the girls are going to have fun dancing it. Here we go, the Walls of Limerick. Now we have one of our gentleman dancers. This is Ryan MacArthur, and he's my only gentleman dancer, and he's a great gentleman dancer. He is going to show you the Irish jig. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. For our final number today, we're going to show you the double jig. These are the senior dancers. Some of them traveled with me to Halifax, Winnipeg, and Manitoba in various Irish festivals. This year, we hope to attend New Brunswick's Irish Festival. And I hope you really enjoy the dancing. I hope you're all wearing green today and have a very happy St. Paddy's Day. Before we start the final number, I'd like to sincerely thank our musicians, Johnny, Ron, Johnny Steele, Mary, and Stuart. They did a great job, and the dancers really enjoyed dancing with them. Thank you very much, and happy St. Paddy's Day.